All right, what's going on, everybody? Back here, myself, Travis, Alanis, joined by Jason Olstein. Been a little bit, but we're back here. It's Wednesday morning. Talk some baseball, Yankees baseball, maybe some Rutgers at the end too. Baseball, football, basketball, and so yeah, Jason, how you doing today? It's been a while.
Yeah, I'm doing good. Yeah, our Yankees are off to a scorching hot start, 10-2. Going for a sweep today, with Stroman on the bump tonight, against a terrible Marlins team. So think we're gonna take it from them. But yeah, no, it's been a promising start, mostly all around for this squad. Volpe, of course, Soto we knew was going to be swinging a hot bat. Volpe's been really good, really locked in, really dialed in. It's really been great to see. Our bullpen's really stepped up to Holmes, Hamilton, Birdie. So I think we got a lot of moving pieces. Obviously we're still waiting for DJ to come back. We're still waiting for a healthy Cole. He threw on Sunday for the first time. So hopefully we're hoping for probably sometime mid-June, I would say, for a Cole return back on the bump. Uh, but yeah, no, it's been a promising start. For the most part, playing pretty clean baseball, and yeah, we got to keep this train moving. And after today, we got an off day tomorrow, and then we'll be out in Cleveland for a three-game set. So yeah, it's been a good start for the Yankees.
Yeah, yeah, totally. Great start at 10-2. And it's been really fun to watch. The energy for this team, the fan base, I think it's at a high. Haven't seen this in a few years. It was great to see. I mean, Juan Soto, love that guy. Pin Yankee uniform, amazing what he's doing to start. Obviously was great. Houston cooled off a bit and then got right back on it. Been playing real well. Volpe, everybody's saying he's going to pace be a great shortstop in the league. Had a great start to the season. Love that. And to all the guys, Verdugo, I didn't get to see the game last night. Saw he had a home run. The Yanks on the board early on in that game. He's been great. The whole dogs thing he's a roll with since Houston is great. And yeah, I mean the pieces, the lineup, bullpen, like he's mentioned. Yesterday was Rodon, a great start. Then Hamilton, Holmes, two great guys in the pen, locked it down. And it's all kind of accumulated to the 10-2 start. Going for that sweep today against these Marlins. Let's get it. Marcus Stroman, I'm pumped to be able to fully watch his first time watching him fully tonight. So ready for that for sure.
Yeah, no, kind of just build off of that. Yeah, last night I had the two screen set up with my Rangers playing as we head into the playoffs there. But yeah, no, Stroman's looked good. He gave us six strong last time out. So hoping for that again today. And I thought coming into the season, I thought he was a good addition. He's a guy who he brings some personality with him, which I know some people may not like, but I actually don't think that's a horrible thing. I think that's something that this Yankees group lacked last year was that toughness and that personality. And I think he's a big part of, what this team could do as the season progresses. To kind of build off the back end of our rotation and Schmidt and Heel, these guys have been solid so far. But again, with all these injuries and Loizaga going down in the back of the pen, length is going to be important. As we saw last year, our bullpen had a great year, but towards the end of the year and as the season progresses and these guys eat more and more and more innings up, they get tired, they got worn down. So length and stability out of that starting rotation is going to be, really key and essential. I do also want to see Austin Wells start swinging the bat better, along with Trevino. I think that's where we struggled the most. Those two need to figure it out. We had catching depth. We traded Wertvet to Tampa. We do have Carlos Navarez down in the minors, as well. So, I do think down in the catching position we've struggled a bit. But it looks like it's going to be a platoon rotation with those two behind the plate. So yeah, no, 10-2 start. It's been fun, and let's keep this thing moving.
Yeah, yeah. I was gonna mention also with Giancarlo Stanton. Great few games lately after the rough start, getting going. The homer Saturday, the grand slam Sunday, with a three-hit game or whatever he had. That's great. That's great to see. And yeah, he gets going. And as you mentioned, I'll touch more on the fire energy. It's just great. Yanks missed that totally last year. Add in Stroman, Verdugo. Soto in there. We had Judge, but just adding the rest of those guys in this Bronx, the Yankees is just really fun to see, and it's great baseball right now for the Yanks.
And no, to kind of go off that as well, I think, a lot of people don't like these splashy moves, Stroman and Verdugo, and they're this and they're that. But I think a big part of, you know, building a winning team is, you have your mild, more of your laid back, mild mannered guys, which is not a bad thing at all. Judge and those guys who, everyone respects and really likes in the clubhouse. But then you bring in these guys like Verdugo, Stroman, these guys that really have that personality that kind of meshes with the group. And I think both of them so far have been really good additions. And I think we'll continue to see that as it progresses. Outside of Verdugo just being another lefty bat in the middle of at the heart of the lineup. So yeah, I think it's been fun. I think this team's doing a really good job right now, and yeah, we'll see what happens. It's really early still, and yeah, it's great to have baseball back.
Yeah, definitely. So we'll switch tabs here at the end, kind of a bit of Rutgers now. Maybe all three sports: baseball, football, basketball. Start off with my little thoughts on baseball. Set a 20-12 solid record, but they're 1-5 in the conference. Tough start to conference play. Losing to Michigan State, dropping that series 2 games out there in East Lansing a couple weekends ago. Last weekend getting swept at home versus Purdue was rough, and they came into the weekend third in RPI in the Big Ten, but just three real tough games. I watched first one home Friday night, tied in the ninth, lost it in 10 innings. Saturday went there, up in the ninth inning, up 3 times in the game, blew that game. Sunday, another real tough loss. But so tough there, conference, but they came back, beat Seton Hall. They get back into WinCom and the 5 game skid yesterday. And they host Nebraska, so great opportunity this weekend at Batefield to get back on track in conference, see what happens there. And then I'll go over to basketball now. We'll touch on I guess we haven't talked about Gavin leaving that, and then our transfers, Zach Martini, Tyson Acuff. So yeah, some big
Yep.
moves in with Gavin going out. Want to touch on those moves? Your thoughts there, Jason?
Yeah, no, Travis pretty much hit on everything with baseball. It's about winning series, right? You gotta go beat the teams you gotta beat. Losing to Purdue and that last weekend, at home too. It's tough. But we gotta bounce back. As you said, 1-5 in the conference ain't gonna cut it. So that's really that with baseball. Team needs to step up and team needs to start beating teams that they need to beat, along, to get this season, kind of headed more in the right direction as well. And I think Steve Owens will get that done. Uh, More towards the basketball side of things right now as well. I think, we did what we could with Gavin to try to keep him around. Then I just think he didn't see a fit. I think he wasn't promised anything. And I think that's okay. Unfortunately it sucks. It sucks to lose a highly touted recruit like that. But with today's college basketball, so many things are going on. People are leaving, people are coming, people are going. And I think it's important that you're upfront, you're honest, and that's how you're gonna build the most successful team. With Tyson Acuff, I think that was a fantastic move by the staff. An elite scorer, a guy who could really, really attack the basket. He shoots free throws at an 80+% clip. And I think that's what we need. I think that was a big problem that this team had last year. The inability to get to the basket, the inability to finish at the basket. So I think that's great. And I think in Zach Martini too. His stats are not going to jump off the sheet at you by any means, but I think he's a guy who really could bring this team together. He's a guy, he plays defense, he could play the 5, he could play the 4. He's one of those kinds of guys that will really ask whatever Peichel asks of him. I watched some of his tape over at Princeton, and yeah, he could step out too and really shoot the basketball, which is really important. So with Oscar leaving the other day too, we have 3 scholarships left. So
Yep.
I think we're gonna go attack, a big guy, a knockdown shooter, and then hopefully with the third scholarship, we kind of just find, what's the best available. Maybe it's a 3, maybe it's a 4. Kind of that's how, I think we're gonna go about attacking it. But I think so far, Peichel and staff have done a good job of reconstructing this roster. I look forward to 24, 25 every single day. I think it's going to be a fantastic year. I've been following this program for a really long time. So I'm really, really looking forward to it. And yeah, I'm hoping for really good things. And I'm hoping to keep building this thing up. And yeah, I think the two additions we've made so far have been promising, and I think there's more on their way.
Yes, sir. Hit it all right on the head right there. Great points there, Jason. And I guess last to touch on football quick here. Spring practice been underway for a couple weeks now. We had scrimmage coming up Saturday. And then spring game will be in 2 weeks from Saturday. Pumped for
Yeah.
that. The whole quarterback battle and other spots going on, fight for spots will be very cool and intriguing to see coming up April 27th. I'll be there, and Jason will be there as well. Should be a great time, and really intrigued to fully watch it and see how these guys play out. We'll see how it plays out on the field.
Yeah, no, I've been following closely as I do year round with football too. I'm really excited. I think this team's got potential. I do. I think on the defensive side of the ball, I think we have a lot of depth. We have a lot of key guys coming back, both in the linebacker room. A good addition out of Florida State on our defensive line and Malcolm Ray. And I think on the offensive side of the ball, uh, as always, the quarterback, right? Most important
Yeah,
position out there. And I think Greg and Shiraka, I think they're really looking to get this right and really looking to find out who the answer is. I think Cerise is going to, redshirt as expected. Um, and yeah, I think this team, one thing that they're really going to have this year at most different areas is depth. And I think that's a big thing that we haven't had since Shiano came back. We've started to get more depth. And, I think one thing I really want to see is more production out of our tight end room. We have some older guys in the room this year. In Logan Blake, and guys like that, and Kenny Fletcher, who moved over from the defensive side of the football as well. So I think we have different areas of this team that we're looking to improve, and I think without Michigan State, without Penn State, without Ohio, without Michigan, without Penn State, and without Ohio State on the schedule this year, right? What can we do? We're gonna see.
yeah,
We got USC, we got UCLA coming to town this year.
Washington.
Washington's coming to Piscataway this year. So I'm really, really excited. I'm going to be there April 27th without a doubt. Crack open a few beers in the parking lot because what's
Yeah,
better than that? And yeah, it's going to be a good year. I have a good feeling going into it. So
yeah,
positive thoughts there. But yeah, no, it's fun. Rutgers
yeah,
sports right now is I think in a really exciting place. So I think we got to go take advantage of it, right? Been a lot of disappointment over the years: football, basketball, baseball. So hoping
yeah.
we can turn that tide as spring practice. There's about 8 practices left, I believe. I think we have a scrimmage this weekend too. So
Really
yeah, I've been
impressed.
listening to Greg, been listening to Kurt, been listening to Harris Simiak. So yeah, we're gonna see what we can do there, and that's all I got for you today with Rutgers and the Yankees as well. So we'll probably be back some point next week. And yeah, that's it. I know Travis is a Devils fan as well, but let's go Rangers.
Yeah, we got 3 games and that's it. Rough one, but good luck to
Yeah,
you
so
guys.
Travis's hockey year is coming to a quick conclusion. So we'll that's where we differ. And
Yeah,
as the months roll around, probably give you some NFL talk too. I know Travis is an Eagles guy.
yeah, yep. Can't wait for that. But yeah, it's been fun. Fun podcast here today, talking Yanks and all Rutgers sports. And yeah, that'll do it. That's all I got. Just pumped like Jason
Awesome. That
said.
sounds great. And thank you guys. And we'll be back soon with some more content. I hope you have a great rest of your Wednesday. Take care.
I'm going.
Thanks.